Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about absolute value equations. So first things first, what is an actual absolute value? Well, you see this two vertical lines, we actually put them around the number. So this is always gonna output a positive number, so the absolute value of 3 is 3. The absolute value, for example, for -5 is just 5. And obviously the absolute value of 0 will do nothing, so just 0. So this is just as a quick reminder. So always the output is going to be a positive number, but what about the input? Like, what can we put inside? Well, we can put a negative number inside or put a positive number. So as a quick conclusion from this, we can conclude that if we have something like this using a variable, so like the absolute value of x, let's say, is equal to, let's say, 7. So we can conclude that x could have been actually positive 7 when we input it inside, and then we got 7 as a result. Or it could have been -7. So every time you see an absolute value equal to something, you can conclude that wherever inside the absolute value, it's either the positive, the number that on the other side as a positive or as a negative. In other words, then opposite sign. Okay, so we're going to be using these facts actually to solve a real. Okay, so now we have this example to solve. Okay, so if you actually solve a linear equation, okay, so we have one variable, right? So I want you to think about the whole thing that has an absolute value as a one variable, right? So like this. So if you remember correctly, when we solve linear equations, we want variables to be on one side and number on the other side. So I want you to treat this whole thing, let's say, red circle as a one variable. So the common procedure that we every time have is this. So first we move this number to the other side. Okay, so write this part the same way. Don't forget about the 2 also outside. So we have 5. When we move to the other side, it becomes -1. So from here, subtract 1 from 5, this becomes 4. So we have 2x minus 5 like this. As we said, like, if this was 2x equal to 4, in this step you would divide by 2 so that you get x. So the same thing, think about this as a one variable. So as a result, you should divide both sides by 2 like this. Okay, so these two cancel. So we're going to be left with actually 2x minus 5. Divide 4 by 2 is obviously 2. Okay, so let's go back to this step. We said if you have the absolute value of a variable, okay, and or let's say a linear thing inside, you're gonna be getting two results. So either whatever was inside was positive originally, or it was a negative. Okay, so we would have said x is equal to 7, x is equal to -7. So here, instead of x, we have this whole thing. So we can say we have two cases actually, case 1 and case 2. Since I don't have enough room, I'm gonna be doing it like this. So you'll remove the absolute value sign, write whatever inside like this, okay? Write it the same way, you don't change anything in first case. In second case, the left side is the same, like this, you don't change anything. But instead of, let's say that's 2, that's a positive 2, you change the sign of the number or on the right side, okay, so -2. So like this. Now you have a set of equations to solve. So let's do first. Okay, so as we do always, move the number to the other side. So we have 2x. This becomes 2 plus 5. So this is 7, like this. Now since x is alone with a number, so we divide both sides by that number. And obviously x is just what? X is just 7 over 2, or just 3.5. Okay, so that's one of the values of x. For the other value, we're gonna be solving this one. So again, move -5 to the other side, it becomes a +5 like this. And then don't forget about the -2. Okay, so 2x is equal to this. Now 5 minus 2 is obviously 3. Why? Because they have different signs, so we subtract 2 from 5 is 3. The largest number sign is a positive, so the result is always going to be a positive one. Okay, so 2x is equal to 3. So again, we divide both sides by 2 to get rid of this number, so like this. So x is equal to 3 over 2, or just 1.5. So these two numbers, 3.5 and 1.5, are the solutions for this linear absolute value equation.